Hi, I'm Glenn Nelson, the founder of HVP Solutions, and I will be teaching you how to increase your wedding photography revenue through this mini webinar. You will be able to apply this strategy to the next wedding you photograph and add hundreds, and if not thousands, in additional revenue to each wedding you photograph. I'm extremely excited that you're here so I can share what I have learned over the years to save you time and help your business with my 5-step process. The onset of digital cameras and availability of professional equipment at consumer obtainable prices has placed pressure on the wedding and portrait industry, and we have been witnessing an overcrowded market for some years now. A declining market with brides and grooms wanting more for less. Portrait and wedding photographers like yourself want to increase their revenue but simply don't know how. You've probably heard the phrase, work smarter, not harder. And this is certainly true with what you're about to learn. If you are serious about increasing your wedding photography revenue, you will need to think a little differently about how and what you photograph during your weddings. You need to start thinking of a wedding as a portrait event. This opens up a wedding to mini family portrait sessions taken at the wedding reception. And I don't just mean the standard family photographs with the wedding couple that you would normally include in the wedding package or service. All guests at a wedding are looking their best. They have spent money on hair and makeup and clothes, and even the dad has ironed his shirt and the children are looking clean. You get the idea. Which means it's a great opportunity to utilize your time and offer mini portrait sessions of the guests and families. Just to be clear, a mini session should take no longer than 2 minutes per family. After doing this myself, I've learned the key to success with this strategy hinges on 3 elements. 1. Ability to match data with images automatically in individual gallery logins to streamline the workflow. 2. Automated tailored sales communications to one individual per family, for example, to the mother to maximize sales. 3. Hands-off automated production, delivery, and customer service so you don't even need to think about it. Creating a workflow that accommodated these elements was essential to the success of this strategy, which took me years of trial and error. And I will save you the pain and I will share what I've discovered with you. You may have tried to put a gallery online of all images with one login code, hoping for the best. This, I can guarantee, simply does not work. You must have the 3 key elements to make this strategy work for you to maximize sales and minimize any additional work. Let's start with a step-by-step process so that you can easily replicate this strategy and add thousands in additional revenue to your business. You of course will need to discuss this with the wedding couple prior that you are providing a complimentary service to them. This means that you will have a mini studio at the reception venue and offer the chance for friends and family to have portraits taken by a professional photographer and view them online post-wedding with the chance to order from their own private gallery. You could also inspire the bride and groom, if needed, that they also receive a complimentary product in conjunction with this service. The point being, you want the bride and groom on board. Step 1, the reception venue. Find a location at the wedding reception, close to the tables, but far enough not to cause disruption to photograph your mini portrait sessions. I suggest to set up a portable studio with strobes or studio flashes. This will ensure that you are in control of the light and you have constant lighting temperature. It should eliminate most or all of your post-production work when done correctly. Setting up a portrait station validates and psychologically implies the importance and the professionalism to the wedding guests. Alternatively, you could also use a scenic setting at the venue if it's applicable. You want this to be as streamlined as possible for both the photo shoot and to minimize editing. Step 2, prep the guests. There is a lot of time at a wedding reception between speeches and meals. This is the time for you to earn your additional revenue through on-site marketing. Ask the Master of Ceremony, the official host, to announce the family portraits at the start of the reception. Prepare a written statement for them to announce. Something like, the bride and groom would like to remind you that there is an opportunity for you to have your family photographed and view the pictures online. The studio is set up over there and will be available throughout the reception. Be proactive. Once the guests have had a drink or two, you won't have a problem in getting them to take part in a mini portrait session. As a side note, at many weddings, the guests are kept waiting at the reception venue while the bridal party are having the official photo shoot. You could utilize a second photographer at the reception venue to photograph families while they're waiting, if this is the case. Step 3, photo shoot plan. It's important to have a shoot plan to be efficient and capture the expressions and images that parents and guests can't resist to purchase. Here are some suggestions. A family of 4, 2 adults and 2 children, maximum of 2 minutes. So the whole family, 2 photos, siblings together, 2 photos, each sibling, maybe 2 or 3 photos each, parents together, 2 photos, parents individually, 2 photos each, parent 1 with kids and parent 2 with kids. You should be aiming for a total of around 12 to 15 images per family. I would also suggest adding a few images of the wedding couple in their gallery. Might bring them up to around about 25 images or so for each personalized coded gallery. It's important that you do not give them an abundance of choice, otherwise you do run the risk of confusion and a non-purchase in the online world. Less equals a higher buy rate. Step 4, the photo shoot. Data matching is an important step in the success of this strategy. It enables you to match client data, names, email and numbers with the images you take, and then upload them and automatically communicate one-on-one during the sales process. You can either photograph tethered to a laptop using PhotoLink or use the QR app on your phone. Let's start with how to photograph tethered to a laptop using PhotoLink. If you haven't received data prior to the job, you can add it on the fly, just like this. Click New Subject, add the mother's details, and start photographing using the shoot plan as a guide. Remember, 2 minutes max per family, and repeat the process. Alternatively, in some cases, you may not be able to photograph tethered to a laptop. Using the QR app on your phone to gather details and match data is simple. Add the subject details to the job, photograph the QR code, and then photograph the family. Repeat the process for each family. Post-shoot, import the images into PhotoLink and the data and images are automatically matched. Step 5. Post-wedding, if you have to perform some image adjustments, do so by exporting all images to Lightroom, for example, adjust and then import back into PhotoLink. If you have photographed under consistent lighting, you will have very minimal post-processing to do. Shoot to sell, minimize your post-production work. This is great training for the high volume niche as well. With a couple of clicks, you will be batch uploading all images and data to our platform. Put your feet up or move on to the next job. The next day, the guests and families receive tailored automated emails and SMSs with a unique code to view and order the images with time-based incentives and reminders to drive and increase sales. There are predefined packs and prices, tailored automated sales communication and incentives to drive sales for you. Users select packs, products, customize and purchase. Here's an example. After the user has clicked on a link that takes them to their own web shop and is safe and secure, they log in via their email and create a user account. So then the parent or end user can then scroll through the different packages available and select one. There also is the ability to purchase a la carte. For this example, I am going to purchase the wedding prints and digital package. So in this package, I have 3 prints, 3 12x8s and digital. What I can do is change the images on each sheet. Let's say I'm happy with that. Go to the next sheet. Now, if I want a different design, I can change the design here. So perhaps I actually want to view 4 4x6s, for example, and select this design. So now that it gives me the ability to drop and drag images across that I want to. And you can also repeat the process for the next sheet as well, unless you're happy with that particular sheet. I then go add package to shopping cart, view my content. So now here is the package of the 3 prints and the customization of those 3 prints. I also have digital copies here. And then we have an upsell here. Perhaps at this stage, I wouldn't mind having a calendar. And once again, we can then change the photographs that are in here. You can even change the direction and orientation. Squeeze that in. And maybe we'll take that one. And change the direction and slide it across and add that to the shopping cart. Add to shopping cart. So now we have calendar. I can also add some other items. I'll go to checkout now. For wedding photography, there is only career and post option, and the user will put their details in and payment by card. The digital files will be available as soon as payment is made. They'll receive an automated email with a link that takes them straight back into their account. The lab receives the order automatically, produces and delivers the order without you lifting a finger. And you don't have to deal with customer calls or emails. We do that for you. This 5-step process for wedding photographers can easily produce an additional $500 to $2,000 in additional revenue for each wedding you photograph. Remember that you need to start thinking as a volume portrait photographer when implementing this strategy by not overthinking and not over-editing. Simple, clean family portraits. Let's take a look at some stats. Your photo shoot time at a wedding is approximately 60 minutes intermittently. That should be around 20 families photographed. Your post-processing time should be no longer than 60 minutes. If it does, you're overdoing it. The average sale of around about $80 per family equals $1,600 in additional revenue. That equates to an hourly rate of $800 per hour. Multiply that by 30 weddings each year, which comes close to an additional $50,000 in revenue each year. Are you ready to give this a good hard go with virtually no risk at all? Our solution, PhotoSuite Lite, includes the software and services to get you started overnight. Right now, you can trial it for 30 days for free with an hour training session with me via a Zoom call. Click on the below button to start adding revenue to your wedding photography business now. I guarantee you that you will earn additional revenue to your business as soon as you start implementing this 5-step process. I hope you have enjoyed learning my 5-step process. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out at glenn@hvpsolutions.com. Take care, and I look forward to hearing about your success soon.